Going on, peoples? TGI Fridays. Welcome back. Let me hit a couple of groups. Let me spread the love. Oh, another Friday, man. Oh, today was a long day, man. I don't even know where to start with today, but we here. We here. So that's all that's important. But today was a long fucking day, man. Real tizzle, man. Let me see if I get some cats on board. Yeah, let me hit everybody up. Make sure everybody know what time it is. Let them know we on, we rocking. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody, man. TGI Friday. God bless everybody, man. Loca in the building. I see you. Salute. Much love. Thank you for contributing on the Al York Sports Show. Let me let a couple people come in. Then we're going to go to the message of the day. Then we're going to start the show. We one man short today, but it doesn't matter. My man got tied up in some event. It's all good. He notified me. We ready to go. MG Raider, you've been crying for some more time. Now you're going to get more time, my dog. Steve Levine in the building. I see you, baby. Don't think I don't see you. But like I said, man, we running one man deep today. We going to take it to the out. There he go right there. Marcus Guillory, MG Raider. You're going to have the time you always wanted. Let me explain something to your peoples, though. When we rush things or when I rush things, you got to understand, I'm a one-man gang. I set up the lights. I set up the camera work, the shape up, the music, everything, the spin-off. I'm one man, and I got to get that all done in 1 hour. So when I'm talking to you, my mind is clicking on how much time I got so I can take care of each segment. So I'm not here justifying. I'm here just telling you what the fuck it is. Salute the MG Raider and all the West Coast peoples, man. All right, let me start with the message of the day. Then we're going to start the show, man. We're going to start the show. Let me show y'all the baby aluminum bat. I used to use these when I used to play baseball when I was younger. I love being aluminum. Put it like this. Once I met me in aluminum, I ain't know nothing about no wood, man. Real talk, man. All right, let's start with the message of the day. Let me take these off. One of my boys asked me, who's chasing a dream just like myself, he goes, Al, how do you know when you good? And I said, that's a great question. First of all, you're not supposed to know. People supposed to tell you, your circle, your audience. You will see the feedback when you rock. And if you're good at reading people, when you rock, if you bring them joy and you bring them attention, that means you're doing something right. But if you're doing something like this R&B singer one time in the Palladium, when he started singing Palladium in New York, and everybody just started wondering, doing other shit, I was like, damn, that's fat. They couldn't even give him the common courtesy because he was trash. So the moral of the story is, you don't assume when you good. People would tell you. I have people tell me in my inbox. I have people tell me every day when I see them. But even at that doesn't stop me. I want to be better every day. So continue to work on your craft. Continue to put in that work, because if you don't put in no work, like they say, no pain, no gain. The more work you put, the more you're going to gain. And with that, let's start the show. Al York Sports, TGI Fridays, baby. Mark Guillory in the building, baby. We gon' about to ride with y'all. No drinking and driving, it's the fucking law. You know what the fuck it is. Al York Sports, the raw truth. Let's get this show started. I hope everybody enjoys the show. Big Allen in the building. I see you, my dude. I see you, Allen. Mad salute to you, baby. Let's start the show. Go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Hit the comments, hit the notification bell. Continue to do the good work. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, New York City, Las Vegas, LES to the death. Nueva York. Shout out to Price Tag Entertainment. Shout out to my man Sam the Man. Does this thing with the camera. That's my little guy, man. Salute to my little guy, man. Also to I Love Money Apparel. My man Kesh, one of the unquestionable Devil Guard. Mech One Beats, Bishop Beats. Open sessions and giveaways, like I always tell y'all, the more the merrier. And also on March 25th, There's a huge event in Goldsboro, North Carolina. It's called Time to Eat. Huge event, multiple fights, and it's a Dwayne Beeman event. He's teaming up with a lot of people, and he also has the main event fight, Dwayne Beeman versus Arias. I couldn't pull up Arias' record. I was running late, but I'm going to give y'all all that. The next show, you have all of that shit. But if you want tickets, go to www.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets in North Carolina. Huge event. And it's going to be a sequel. When this works out and it pops off, the sequel's popping up right after that. Now, let's go right into sports, and we're going to rock, baby. We're going to go right into the hardwood. LeBron James will be out for several weeks with the LA Lakers. Right foot injury. James will be going for further checks. James is actually having an MVP season. Not that he's going to win MVP, but he's going to be nominated, maybe top 5, top 6. 25.5, 8.4 rebounds, 6.9 assists from a 38-year-old, basketball player. These numbers are impressive. Now, like I said, there's a lot of stuff this man lacks in my book to make him the best, but he's definitely one of the best. And if the Lakers are going to make the playoffs, they're going to need LB Jack back ASAP. Other news. We're going to go to the football. Tampa Bay Buccaneers informed running back Leonard Fournette, a key contributor to them winning the Super Bowl, that they will be releasing him. Now, I heard numerous stories that he was asking for this release. So if he was asking for it, I understand. They're going to go in rebuild mode. Tom Brady left. They old on defense, kind of old on offense. So if you the Buccaneers, you know what I mean, my man Buck Flair and company, you got to kind of go to rebuild mode. You already got your Super Bowl. You got to get younger, better, and you got to get a quarterback. You have to get a quarterback. And Fournette had 189 attempts, 668 yards, 3 touchdowns. Let me tell you something about Leonard Fournette before I move on. I told my man this last year. Nobody works harder for his money than Leonard Fournette. Not only did he pass block for Tom Brady, he took a lot of handoffs, got a lot of screen passes. I mean, the guy was constantly around contact. Now, in Jacksonville, Miss Ada Cruz's team, he probably stole money over there. But when he came to Tampa Bay, he was underpaid for all the years he was there. And salute to Fournette for earning that money and getting that Super Bowl. And I hope they put him in a contender wherever he goes at next. Salute to Leonard Fournette out of LSU. Other news. Washington Redskins finally released Carson Wentz on Monday. This was supposed to have happen. This is crazy because I remember when he came out, I don't know if it was South Dakota, North Dakota. I kind of knew the school was kind of weak. But when he came on the scene with the Eagles, he looked so good for like a year and a half. And I remember talking to my dudes in the casino. I was like, it has to be that motherfuckers don't got film on him. Because that small school he was in, I mean, you could get film, but what are you going to learn from that film when every receiver is 20 yards open? There's nothing you could really learn from that. But once they got NFL film on him, Wentz was over with. And right now, I hate to say it, he got like 5, 6, 7 years in the league. He's basically done. He's backup material at best. If you're going to get Carson Wentz, anybody in the league, backup material. That's all I got to say. Other news. Atlanta Falcons released QB Marcus Mariota. Now, this move is to free up cap room because from my understanding, they're going to make a big run on Lamar Jackson. Now, they got the young boy Ridley, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, from Cincinnati. Good quarterback, but I don't know if he's ready to put him out there on an everyday basis. So if you're Atlanta, you definitely want to get Derek Carr or Lamar Jackson. You want to go after one of these quarterbacks. You have to. Aaron Rodgers, I don't think is going to ATL. But you can try to get one of these two quarterbacks. But I basically think you stuck with the rookie and whatever you do come during the draft. Good luck, Atlanta. Other news. The Los Angeles Dodgers will infielder Gary Lux just had a bad luck play. Will miss the whole 2023 season with a torn ACL in his right leg. I mean, the Dodgers are just constantly missing a piece here, missing a piece there, and you see the Padres are continuing to get better. So this is another step backwards for the LA Dodgers, losing Gary Lux, who was supposed to have a good year. He hit 276 last year, 6 home runs, 42 RBIs, but they projected this year to be a breakout year, and he's not there. Big Gregory Drake, I see you. Everybody, God bless. All right, let me go to other news. Then I'm going to call in my man MG. The Atlanta Hawks get coach Quinn Snyder, who's going to take over Nate McMillan, who I thought McMillan was a perfect fit with the Atlanta Hawks, but unfortunately, him and Trae Young couldn't see face to face, and Nate McMillan ended up getting the boot instead of Trae Young getting traded. And this is a bad look for the organization when you pick a player over a coach. Everybody that knows Nate, when he played him 15 plus years in the NBA, always an easygoing cat, nice cat, respectable cat, and even when he coached. So if you ask me, just going off a picture, which I usually don't, I like to get facts, I guarantee you it was Trae Young acting like a diva more than Nate McMillan, being an asshole. So Nate McMillan will find work somewhere else. Real good guy, real good coach. Now they got Snyder, who basically bounced on Utah to come back and try to take over this ship, and they already shifted him a 4-year contract. I mean, these white coaches get jobs like nothing, man, and the brothers got to go through hell before they get a shine. And like I said, I don't want to get into that too deep. That's politics. I'll leave that for the politicians. But, certain shit just don't be making no sense. Okay, last but not least, the Kansas City Royals signed veteran outfielder Jackie Bradley Jr. to a minor league contract. Jackie Bradley played about, I think, 8-9 years, played a lot of years with the Boston Red Sox. I thought he was going to be one of the great players. I mean, he had the name Jackie Bradley, like Jackie Robinson. He started off great, but if you ask me, he severely underachieved in his career. And this is why he got minor league work with the Royals. But he does have a championship with the Red Sox. He got a couple gold gloves, and at least he got a little bit in his tank. But I expected a lot more for Jackie Bradley Jr. MG Raider, where you at? Let's get it. Give me a minute, guys. Yeah, now we're going to get into it. We're going to have a lot of shit to talk about. Let me see if I get my guy up in here real quick. Yeah, we going to holler, baby. X-Man in the building. Philly Jacino in the building.
What's up, X-Man? What's going on? What's cracking? What's cracking?
Okay, let me put the ear thing. I was going to give you a shot to see if I can. But unfortunately, I can't.
No, I can hear you clearly.
Oh, I know you could because I got bass in my voice, baby. That's the next thing I'm going to put you on. I'm going to put you on that bass.
Everybody hear me?
You got to build that bass. It's like building mass.
It's all good.
But I'm saying, you know how you build mass? You don't just get a big arm just for having a big arm. You have to work that motherfucker.
Hey, we all good. We all good, man. You know how
all right, let's get started. I just wanted to get you started. You're going to have a long one today. You're going to have what you always wanted, and that's a whole show with Mr. Al York. Okay.
Mr. Al, that's what's up, man.
Let's go to the NBA real quick. I was going to take you to the football field, right? But let's just go to the NBA. Okay. Brian Breezy in the building. I see you. Who are the LA Lakers, dog? Who are the LA Lakers? 30-33, 7 games behind the Kings. I mean, they 14 games behind Denver as far as first place. And I know they're not worrying about first place. I think they'll be happy with a playing game. But Mark Guillory, do you even see the Lakers making the playing game, especially with LBJ out for almost a couple of weeks? Talk to us.
Well, you have to look at the Western Conference before you even answer that question, because you have to look at the top 3: Denver, Memphis, and the Kings. Kings are 5 games ahead of number 4 and number 5, which is the Suns and the Warriors. So, and then everybody else is about 3 or 4 games behind that. And then the Suns and the Warriors are starting to separate themselves with some winning streaks right now between them and the play-in people. So can they make the play-in? Yes. Can they make the not play-in? No. There's only 20 games left, or less than that. There's only 18, I think, games left. There's only 15 games left for most of the teams, like the Warriors, right? And the Warriors are on a 5-game win streak. So that number 5 spot is locked up. Number 6 is pretty much locked up.
Hold on. Let me get this in here. We talking Lakers. You got about 8 teams that got a better record than the Warriors. And I like how you just snuck them in twice in my conversation. I like how you did that. Nobody else got that but me. Listen, we're not going to talk about Dumb Nation. I know they're on a winning streak. We talked about them the last time. We'll get them the next time. Let's talk about the Lakers. Do the Lakers make the playoffs? Yes or no, MG?
Do they make the play? No. Do they make the play-in? I think they do.
Game.
Yeah, they make number 10 or number 9.
Well, the play-in game is like the playoffs in a way. It's not officially,
not really,
but they call it a pre-playoff game.
I think. Hey, I think the way Vanderbilt is playing, the way Malik Beasley is playing, it's kind of dog how they sent Scottie Pippen Jr. down to the G League when Beasley joined. That's kind of dog, but things happen like that. But that's another conversation. But with Beasley and Vanderbilt, man, with AD, man, that's a pretty good additions. Now the problem is, whenever you add new components to the team, you have to get them rolling. Everybody just can't roll like that, So even when LeBron James comes back, it's gonna be challenging for them to have that kind of championship cohesion that they need to actually win a playoff series. So can they win? Can they get into the play-in game? Yes. Can they win a playoff series? No.
Okay. I'm definitely going to say they're going to get in. The NBA is going to want that. LBJ, of course, going to do everything in his power to do that. I like the pieces they got. You mentioned Vanderbilt, Beasley, D'Lo, Ichimura is like a pogo stick out there. Schroeder's playing better. AD, it looks like he want to play with an attitude. So I can see them getting in. Maybe even winning the play-in game, but when it becomes, I guess, the 3 out of 5, et cetera, is what me and you think is when it's going to be the end of the world for them as far as this year.
It'll just depend on who they play in the play-in game, because there's some the Western Conference is loaded. It's not like the Eastern Conference. The Western Conference is like loaded from 1 to 10.
Sleep on the Eastern Conference. They got about 6 solid teams, but the Western is deeper.
Well, the top 10 teams have winning records in the Western Conference. The top 10 teams, only the top 5 teams, Eastern Conference have winning records. So the Western Conference is deep. And then, then what you're talking about is, okay, so say Lakers do win the play-in game. They're number 8. They have to play Denver. If they win the play-in game, if they win the play-in tournament, they have to play Denver at number 8 when they're number 10.
But I'm going to tell you right now,
you might think I'm crazy.
Hold up. You might think I'm crazy. If I could get the Lakers at plus 350, I'll throw a little $100 to see if they can get by. They'll probably lose the series.
I mean, you lose $100.
If I get a great number, I'm gonna risk that.
Oh, you're gonna get a better number than plus 350 to win the series. You're probably gonna be like plus 1,000 against Denver.
Not if the Lakers are healthy, because remember, everybody made big moves but Denver.
If Denver is healthy and the Lakers are healthy, Lakers are not winning the series against Denver. That's just not going to happen.
No, I know that, but I like that plus money, knowing I got all these young hungry cats with LeBron and AD. They're going to do everything in their will to try to win that. I like the chances as a big underdog, is what I'm saying. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But I'll tell you one thing: it ain't no guarantee Denver's going to beat them. I don't want to hear the word guarantee.
The reason why you think that way is because the Lakers been so garbage for like a couple years that you have low expectations for the team. So if they go on a 2-game winning streak, you're like all of a sudden thinking the season's a turnaround, right?
No.
When in reality they're 1-1 without LeBron, they're probably gonna lose tonight, and their schedule doesn't look really good in the next 10 games. I mean, it looks pretty bad for them. They have to play, I think, 7 of the top 10 teams in the whole league in the next 10 games. It's just not looking good. And they're not that good of a team. They're streaky shooters, and things going to balance out. Now, it's exciting that they're playing together now, but they're going to go against some juggernauts, in the next few games. They're facing a Warrior team with Steph coming back. It's going to be emotionally incredible. And that team is starting to come together. They're on the 5-game winning streak. They go tonight against the Pelicans. Lakers play the Warriors on Sunday. We'll see how the Lakers see how serious they are of a contender. If they can win tonight, and if they can, if they can challenge the Warriors and win on Sunday, then I would change my mind by next week. I'd say, okay, if they get through this weekend and go 3-1 without LeBron, there's a chance that they might even make like the number 7 seed. They're still going to be a play-in team. They're not going to be a play-off team. They're still going to be going against in the first round against either they'll be going against Denver or Memphis. Neither of those teams will they beat in a 7-game series,
Right.
or 5-game series,
Right.
actually.
Right. But bad time for LeBron to take the 4 right when they was trying to get something to work. This is either going to make them or break them. But like you said, I'm not going to put much stock, but I've seen weaker teams go further than this team that I'm looking at right now. And it has a couple superstars. I mean, AD not a superstar no more, but he used to be a superstar. But like I said, we'll get there. We'll talk when we get there. Let's flip to the Clippers real quick. 0-4 since Russell Westbrook joined the clan. I thought it was a good pickup. I think you was with me. I think you agreed with me. What seems to be going on there with Westbrook that they just 0-4 suddenly with him?
Well, I don't think it's Westbrook's fault. Actually, if you look at his numbers, he's actually playing better than he played with the Lakers. I think it's Kawhi Leonard's fault and Paul George's fault. Who is the leader on the floor? Who is the leader on the floor for the Clippers? If you looked at the game against the Warriors last night, they were up by 10 at halftime. Warriors turned it on and started hitting the boards and playing some defense, but there was nobody on the floor to lead the Clippers. And there is nobody on the floor to lead the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard's not that vocal type of guy, so he's not leading.
Not anymore. Not anymore. And PG made a statement.
When was he ever?
He was when he was in Toronto, when they won with Toronto. He led that whole shit.
He wasn't a vocal leader. He wasn't a vocal leader. He led with his.
In Toronto, he was. In San Antonio, he wasn't because they had Tim Duncan in them. But in Seattle, he was the leader. But you're right.
Toronto.
He's supposed to be the leader here, but he's not. And PG-13 already said that he ain't one either. So,
and here's the thing about Paul George. Him and Russell are good friends. He doesn't play well with Russ. They don't play well together because they both need the ball. So like their playing styles don't mesh with each other. And playing styles have to mesh. And it's something we're seeing in Dallas too. Now we saw last night that Kyrie and Luka, they played a game against a lesser
Sixers.
team well together.
Yeah.
The Sixers, and then Sixers don't have a good backcourt, and so it was tough for the Sixers to match up with that. When they go to,
I don't know. Maxey and Harden ain't your worst, though.
I know, but
they're not your worst, though. I mean, I got them up there.
Harden plays no defense. Harden plays no defense.
Okay, I agree with.
Talking about don't ever.
No, I agree with the defense by Harden. He does score, but no defense.
Yeah, I want to see the Mavericks come to the Western Conference and play against some of the guards in the Western Conference, which is guard heavy.
Right.
But the Clippers. Paul George was. I mean, did you even hear his name last night in the second half? I didn't hear Paul George's name whatsoever. Shit. Everybody else was scoring. Kawhi Leonard he's coming off an injury. He played it safe. He doesn't want to get injured anymore. And he's not he's having some explosive performances, but he's not really elevated himself yet. Maybe he's waiting for the playoffs. I don't know. Or maybe just I think the head coach is on his way out. I think that the coach of the Clippers this is last year with the Clippers. I don't think he's not going to win a championship.
You think Lou's done?
Not with the Clippers, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's a great coach. Something has to change. He's one of the best coaches in the league. But I mean, you got this team, the Clippers, and you can't get past the first. They might not get past the first round. That's what I'm saying.
The way they looking now, but let me take a page out of an individual that I don't look eye to eye to, that I call Daffy Duck. You know who I'm talking about, Stephen H. Smith. He did say something that made sense. See, one thing, I give it up. One thing about me, I give it up. If you say something and it makes sense, I could dislike you, but I'm going to say that made sense. He said Kawhi don't go to work enough. He said he getting all his money. Hold up. Remember, you here an hour with me. You ain't got to jump in and make sure you get your shit off. You going to get your shit off. He said not only does he not play back-to-back, you know he ain't in practice. So basically what he said about Kyrie Irving, but Irving had his reasoning for doing all that shit because of the COVID and all that. Kawhi got a knee problem. So Clippers, I don't know, they maybe got to trade him. He's definitely not a leader. He's not a vocal leader. He's not a guy that's going to grab everybody. And like right now, they need somebody to grab everybody and start yelling, kind of like a Draymond Green. Now, I don't expect him to punch somebody like he did your man Pooh, but it did wake motherfuckers up, whether it was the wrong way or not.
It's the wrong
MG,
way, yeah.
It woke motherfuckers up, though. You got to love Draymond, though. Only, everybody say Draymond this, Draymond that. He talk, but he don't. I see it clearly. He almost knocked your little man out in the gym. That's not to give him credit, but he ain't a fake is what I'm saying. Draymond showed me he about it. Kawhi, they don't have nobody like that. Now, maybe Westbrook.
You can't try to knock your teammate out in the beginning of the season.
Maybe Westbrook has the ability to do that because we know that Westbrook got a mouth, but he has to be there for a certain amount of time before he can start acting like that. He's freshly new over there. 4 games. That's why I think I like him because he brings what they lacking, and that's heart. They ain't got no heart in Clipper world. They got all this talent, but no fucking heart. Look at my man just said Clippers are soft. My man X even said it. Clippers are soft.
Hey, well, not
they
in the
got
first
no
half.
heart. And all this championship talk they were doing.
They got Plumlee. Plumlee was playing his ass off in the first half.
I like Plumlee.
But the second half.
I like the big boy, Zubac. I think Zubac is decent.
Yeah, but where were they in the second half? They disappeared.
Zubac didn't play. Plumlee ain't going to do it all himself. When your stars ain't showing up, Plumlee's not a guy to take over the game. He feeds off your stars. Like he get dirty baskets. He's shooting foul shots with the left. All kind of crazy shit. You know what I mean? But okay, let's move on. Lakers and Clippers, you got the fakers and then you got the no-hearters. Let's go to the NFL. Boom. What you hearing about your boy Derek Carr? You told me earlier you kind of got some resources that came to you, gave you a little bit of information. Talk to us.
Well, he's in Indianapolis at the Combine. And interestingly enough, he's met with the Saints again. He's meeting with the Jets. Although, like we discussed offline, and we're going to discuss it right now, I don't think he's going to the Jets because Derek Carr has small hands and he's not a cold weather quarterback. And by nature, going to the Jets half the season, you're going to play in cold weather. So I'm not even sure why the Jets even are interested in Derek Carr. I mean, that's cool if they want him, but that's damn near like.
How can you say that after they have to watch those quarterbacks last year that couldn't do shit? Hey, Mark Guillory, right now you better than anybody out there. The kid White, they got a kid named White, but White get hurt once he gets tackled. The guy could throw the ball. Once you tackle White, he's hurt already.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. After 2 years in a row of a guy on the winning drive diving into the end zone with the ball stretched out with one hand and losing the ball in the end zone to lose the game on first and goal, I'm cool with Carr and his small hands in cold weather. He did it with Dallas and he did it, I think, with New England the next year. So, the guy, he doesn't have big enough hands and he can't play in the cold weather. I mean, so what that leaves is that means that we have Carolina, Miami, and we have the New Orleans Saints, which
that's what
are actually, they are interested in Derek Carr. Now, what they're going to do with Jameis Winston, and I have no idea. That means that Derek Carr is going to come in and he's going to be the starter. Jameis Winston is still under contract, so they'll
probably release some. They got Taysom Hill to back up. They don't need an expensive backup.
They need another back because they don't play Taysom Hill like the way they play a regular
quarterback.
No,
he could be back. I seen him, dog. They had him out there a lot. I know what you're saying, but they had him out there a lot. He can do the job as a backup. I'm telling you, man.
Now, Derek Carr is my former quarterback as a Raiders fan. I've been rolling with Derek Carr for 9 years. I know Derek Carr very well. I've been at the games and seen more Derek Carr live than anybody on here. And I know his predilections and tendencies.
Right.
I know after he took that hit in 2018, he was not the same Derek Carr that he was before doing flips. He didn't do no more flips after that. He's not diving anywhere after that. I do like him as a football player coming to the Saints. I think he will thrive with that big offensive line. He has the best. It'll probably be the best protection he's ever had. He has Dennis Allen that is familiar with him, but I don't think Dennis Allen was a coach of him, but I think he's familiar with him. They play the type of West Coast offense that he really likes. He has Alvin Kamara, short of being. I know that trial is going to start in July for that Las Vegas assault, but hopefully he's not suspended because it was I think it was the other guy's fault, but I'm biased because I love Alvin Kamara.
That wide receiver re-signed for less, right?
Well, no, Michael Thomas is on. I mean, they got to get rid of Michael Thomas. The Saints do. I mean,
I heard he's willing to take less.
I mean, if he's willing to take less, he has to actually play. I mean,
right.
He ain't played in 3 years. So, I mean, and one of those years was a pandemic year. So we'll give him a break on that. But, Michael Thomas.
Couple receivers, though, they decent.
Oh, yeah. They got the boy from Ohio State, rookie last year. And he's
yeah.
Olave. They got Olave.
They got Olave. And they got another kid with braids. I can't get his name. He's pretty good also. They're all right in the receiving core. They got decent runners, good line, decent defense.
And half the game's gonna be inside where it's warm, and like those small hands can expand on the ball, and they could be a little bit bigger hands. And then the away games are in Atlanta, in Tampa, in Dallas, and then and in the South. So he's not really playing in cold weather. So
Yo, my man said that Derek Carr would be perfect in the XFL with the Vipers.
Hey, he might be, but
that's funny. Listen, I know you love Derek Carr. I got 2 more quarterbacks on deck. Let's move on. Derek Carr, is fair to say you think in the Saints, right, NG?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm thinking
I believe in you. I know you got a good follow on him.
And I think it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen soon, by next week, because there's a lot of waiting on Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, let me just go to my next one before you drift off again.
Sure.
Saints, Derek Carr. Lamar Jackson, back to Lamar. Talk to us.
Well, Lamar should have sat out last year, man. I think he made a huge mistake with his mother negotiating for him. He should have sat out last year. The risk of injury just devalues. He wants 5 years, $230 million, like the Deshaun Watson deal. And I'm not sure a team's going to give that to him. I'm not sure a team is going to give.
I heard 200 might do it. That's what I heard, but let's see.
Well, I mean, what I've heard is that he's stuck on 230. He wants 230. They offered him 175 guaranteed. Now, at 175 guaranteed, man, come on, blood. Like, damn, only 10 quarterbacks have had guaranteed contracts that like above that. Actually, no, only 5 quarterbacks have had guaranteed contracts above that. One of them is Mahomes on that 10-year, $450 million contract that he signed in 2022,
and that's still,
which was like,
and it's still a deal.
It's still a deal. It's a good deal for them.
I heard some analysts talking, my man. They said, believe it or not, the Chiefs got the better deal of that deal if Mahomes could keep putting out what he's putting out.
Yeah. Yeah, they save money. I mean, money's worth more now than it is later. So it's worth the deal.
That's just even going to jump even higher.
And I'll tell you this, and this is in relation to, I think this is why Lamar Jackson wants the Deshaun Watson deal, because even before the 5-year, $230 million deal Deshaun Watson got that's fully guaranteed, he had a fully guaranteed 4-year, $156 million deal before that. So Deshaun Watson has had $386 million in fully guaranteed money since he's been in the league. And Lamar Jackson's saying, wait, I'm the MVP. I'm the 2-time MVP. I have not made $366 million at all. So I understand what Lamar Jackson is saying, but man, the way you play is not the way Deshaun Jackson plays. The way the team looks at it. So the way Lamar Jackson.
Let me add on to what you're saying.
Sure.
Not only that, Deshaun Watson didn't play one down with the Browns, and they shot him 235 guaranteed, 250, whatever it was, right? Lamar's been killing himself in Baltimore. Like, if I didn't earn it, dog, who earned it? This dude just went to Cleveland, never played it down with them, and they shot him that bread. You understand me? That's why it's a raw deal. It's a raw business. You know how they treat people. The bosses can release you at any moment, but then if you want a whole lot because you want more money, Mark Guillory's selfish. You see how that works? You selfish when you want to hold out, but yeah, they can release your ass like it's nothing and everything's good.
Well, it's football. That's the business of football, and that's what the Players Association, has to fight for when they go and negotiate these CBAs, which are they're going to come. That's business, and like if they don't negotiate that on the CBA side, then like what then there's no use complaining about it on the back end when you on the front end you're not negotiating those deals. But at the same time, most of the cap money is going to quarterbacks. So, and everybody knows when you injure the quarterback, the team suffers more than any other injury on the field.
Let's jump. We got to jump because we got about 15 minutes. I got 3 more subjects I want to tackle with you. Okay? It's not that I don't want to hear you. It's that we're never going to get nowhere. Aaron Rodgers, you take it 2 minutes, and then we're going to move on.
I think Aaron Rodgers is pretty straightforward. That's probably going to take less than 2 minutes. But, they just signed the dude an extension for $50 million a year. They killed the team by signing him like that. I don't know what Green Bay was thinking when they did this. They put themselves in this bind and gave this dude – I think they have to separate themselves from him. They drafted Jordan Love, and they started the whole problem with that. But they drafted Jordan Love for this reason. And so that now they have to, go with Jordan Love and get rid of this dude.
Real quick, where does Aaron go to? Forget about Jordan Love. Where's Aaron Rodgers landing?
Who can take $56 million this year? Who can do that?
The Jets.
Well, then he goes to the Jets then. I think that's the only thing.
That's that simple like that.
I heard that Lamar wanted to go to Miami, right? Well, let's back up a little bit before we go forward. Lamar wanted to go to Miami, but if Lamar went to Miami, if he signed the tender and Miami met it, they have to give up 2 first rounds. They don't have 2 first rounds, so they can't even do it. So Miami's out for Lamar Jackson, by the way. So we move forward. The Raiders already said that they don't want. They're not going for Aaron Rodgers. They don't want to pay that money. And that makes sense.
They don't want to give draft choices.
They only have $65 million.
MG, real quick, where does he end up at? Give me one word. Then we're gonna keep going.
It's got to be Jets. What's that cheer? Jets. Jets. It's got to be the Jets. It makes sense.
I'm gonna say Jets. I'm gonna say Jets. Obvious. But I wouldn't be surprised. Hear me clearly. If he winds up somewhere we're not expecting, somewhere like Washington. I'm just gonna throw that out there because I think it's too obvious. Where Ivan is one of those guys. He make you think he's going like when he throws a pass. He'll look this way. He throws it this way. He ain't gonna lead you to where he's going. I won't be surprised if he motherfucking goes. I would like to say Raiders, but I won't say Raiders. Because you already said they're not going to give up. Washington will give up picks for them. They got picks, and they will give up picks for them.
Or don't leave out Chicago. Chicago.
You opening up another can of worms. Fields, I'm not even going to go there. Let's move on. We're going to go to NBA talk, right?
Back to
when I mention the word MVP to you, don't give me the dictionary version. Give me the Mark Guillory version. What is MVP to Mark Guillory?
The best performing player of the year, period. It's the best performing player. It may not be the best player. It's the best performing player.
Okay. My version of an MVP is a guy that doesn't only bring his own impact as far as statistics, but that makes everybody better. That's just my version. I'm going to throw you 3 names, and each of them you're going to give me reasoning of either why yes or why no. Joel Embiid, 33 points, 10.4 rebounds, 4 assists. They 40 and 22 as a team, 3rd in the conference, 2nd in the division. Talk about Joel Embiid MVP.
Always in the conversation. Those are incredible statistics. He just happens to play in the Eastern Conference, which is the weakest conference between the two. And so he
Okay.
doesn't get to play. He doesn't get to play against the top-notch talent on the Western Conference.
Yeah, but you can't knock him for that.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think you can knock him for that.
Well,
Okay.
he only plays Jokic twice. He doesn't get to play him 4 times.
Right. I'm going to say he's a real dominant player. I don't think he makes his teammates better. He makes the Sixers better, but he doesn't make the players on the team better. That's just my opinion. Number 2, I'm naming 3 guys. Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets, 44-19, averages 24.6, 11.7, 10.0 assists, averages a triple-double. Talk to us.
The way Jokic plays outside and inside, it changes the way teams have to play the Denver Nuggets. Unlike playing Embiid, you play him like a traditional center that's a high post center or a low post center. So you play a traditional defense on Embiid. Unlike Embiid, though, you got to play Jokic all around the court because he's outside and inside. So I would say that Jokic is a 5-tool player when it comes to centers, and I think he's better than Embiid because he comes outside and he hits a jumper, and he goes inside and he can post you up.
And Embiid can't hit a jumper?
Embiid
you don't see Embiid hitting that shit from out. He be hitting threes and all that.
Not from 20 feet, like not 20 feet man up.
Consistent.
Not at all. Like
I agree with you.
Right.
But Embiid,
So,
you leave him open, he can hit threes on your ass.
Look at the field goal percentage outside the paint. There's a huge difference between the two. Now, Embiid will hit an open jumper outside the paint if you leave Embiid open.
You saying if you put hands on him, it's a different ball game.
If you've got hands in the face, he's not even taking the jumper. Jokic is going to take the jumper because he has a high release point too, which makes him like actually taller when he shoots. So he's actually a better shooter than Embiid. So I like Jokic's game, honestly. I appreciate it, and I'm a Warrior fan, so that's deep. I don't want to see the Denver Nuggets until the Western Conference Championships because of him, not because of anybody else on that team, just because of Jokic.
Nikola Jokic.
I don't want to talk shit about Jokic because I don't want his brothers coming to try to beat me up in New Orleans.
Now we go to our third guy, Giannis, the Greek Freak. First in the conference, first in the division, best record in basketball. 31.3, 12 rebounds, 5.4 assists. I'm going to touch up on him first. I love the Greek Freak in every aspect that you can love a basketball player. The only thing that messes me up with the Greek Freak, when they be games where they're not hot from outside, he feels the need to take on 1-on-4. He can't get that out his system. Now, when you got Middleton, you got Ingles, and you got all these cats hitting these jump shots, Holiday, etc., he'll give it up. But if they're not making it, something goes in his head where he feels he got to turn into the Hulk. That's my knock with him. You don't just give up on your guys, man. If you lose that way, you lose that way. You take the most important shot. But if you got 1-on-3, even a little kid know you got to pass the rock, my man. That's my only knock on him. Great ball player. I mean, it wouldn't hurt me to see him get the MVP. Now I'm going to ask you about him, and then we're going to come up with a decision on who we like. What's your take on the Greek Freak?
Oh, I mean, Giannis is like a number one, just a great person. Like I love the dude. Mm-hmm. Just a pure heart, and I watched that movie that he made, and I know he's close to his family and his brothers. They have an investment group. As a player, he's one of the most dominant players in the NBA. Like him and Jokic and Embiid, most dominant. I mean, we're up there with LeBron as far as dominance, and actually, I think he's more dominant than LeBron at this point in his career. The problem I have with him is that he's easy to stop. You just got to get in front of him. And
his jump shot is not money.
No.
I think it hurts him. Hold up, Mark. I think it hurts him because if he hits 2 of them, he starts thinking he can hit them and fade away on you. And I hate that when he does that. You hit 2, take it, and then go back to your inside shit. No, he want to shoot another jumper like he got it like that, and we know his percentage outside ain't what it is. We love Giannis. Your game is inside. Your game is to beast up on cats. Be the beast you are and get away from that pretty shit, that three-pointer shit you're trying to develop. You don't need it right now. You got too many jump shooters on your team. Just go in there and be the dog that you are. Who's your MVP, Mark?
Jokic. So far. And we have, I think it's.
No, I want to hear so far. Who's your MVP?
Right now, or we still have 15
plus
games left between.
Who's your MVP?
I like Jokic has the number one team in the league right now. I know Milwaukee has the number one record, but it's because they play in the Eastern Conference. Denver's dominating the Western Conference, which is loaded with talent. So I think right now, and I know, he's damn near averaging a triple-double. So I got Jokic.
Listen,
Jokic is my MVP.
Listen, I'm with you 1,000%. That's why I was trying to get it out of you. Easily
but
for me.
I like Giannis better.
Easily for me. You know why?
Yeah. Why?
His team is not as good as the other two guys we mentioned. He got an ex-superstar that ain't back 100% in Murray. He got guys like Gordon that are average, Portis Jr. who are average, Reggie Jackson who's coming off the bench, he's probably at best average, and they still lead in that conference by a nice number, and they continue to dominate. The only thing, though, that I got to mention, and I heard it from an analyst, but this was my theory anyway, he's got to get a chip, dog. He's got to get at least one chip.
He wants to be great.
Yeah, that'll help him out. You win three straight MVPs, and you don't win a chip. And I'm not saying it's not deserving. It's very deserving, but it just don't have a great aftertaste to me. It's not a great aftertaste. But if you get an MVP and you close out, it don't get better than that, MG. MG, we got approximately 3 minutes. Give me your Mount Rushmore of the Los Angeles Lakers. I want 4 names and 3 minutes. So when I cut you, I'm going like this. Look, this means that's it. Because if I don't finish in an hour, I can't convert my video. That's just the way they do it with me.
I mean, it's easy for me. I got Kobe Bryant.
Number 1.
Magic Johnson.
Number 2.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Number 3.
Shaquille O'Neal. And Jerry West.
That's 5. I said 4.
Well, I gave you 4. I gave you 5. That's my 4.
4.
Top 4. Kobe, Magic, Kareem, Shaquille.
I can't believe me and you on the same page 2 days in a row. But I feel guilty. The only difference between me and you don't feel guilty of leaving Elgin Baylor out and leaving Jerry West out. I'm guilty because if you look at their numbers are better than basically all of them.
But numbers don't say the whole thing, though. Every player I named my top 4.
That's why LeBron James ain't the GOAT to me. You get it now?
Yeah. Every player I named, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, and Shaquille O'Neal, changed the way people play basketball. So that's why they have to be top 4. That's a great point. LeBron James will never be my top player because he didn't change anything. He continued the way other people play basketball.
Yeah, but he didn't play in L.A. long enough anyway to be nominated.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? He played 3-4 years. You can't be nominated. I got Norm Nixon. I got Norm Nixon ahead of him. I probably got Michael Cooper ahead of him.
That's ridiculous.
With the Lakers. Yeah, with the Lakers, I mean.
That's ridiculous, though. That's ridiculous. You can't have Cooper and Norm Nixon ahead of LeBron.
He don't deserve to be not with a little 3 years in L.A. That's all I'm saying. Now, if you're talking Cleveland, that's a whole different ballgame. Or even Miami, where he picked up 2 chips.
He almost been with the Lakers more than he's been with Cleveland, though.
Nah, Cleveland is different. Nah, he ain't always been with the Lakers. Remember, he had 2 stints. Yeah, he had 2 stints.
He chases chips, so I can't keep up with him, man. He chases the chips.
But bottom line, Mount Rushmore, Kobe Bryant, averaged 25, 5.2, 4.7. Abdul-Jabbar, 22, 9.4, 3.6. Oh, Kobe got 5 chips. Abdul-Jabbar 6. I think he picked up 1 with Milwaukee, but 5 with the Lakers. Magic won 5 chips with the Lakers, and Shaq won about 3 with the Lakers. These are my Mount Rushmore for the Los Angeles Lakers. You on the same page. We on the same page. You got your whole hour. You feeling good. Your fan base is feeling good. And you have to let them know, Mark, when I do that giveaway, bills have to be paid. That's not,
We got
unless
it.
they're going to tell them, unless they're going to write me a check, then I could probably eliminate some stuff on my show.
It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all
But
good.
NG, last words before I keep it moving.
Oh man, I'm always say the last words, man. Watch out for Arizona State football.
Wow.
There's a wide receiver, Arizona State football spring game, April 15th. Look out for number 1. His name is Xavier. He's he's fast as fast can be. Watch Xavier Guillory, number 1, Arizona State wide receiver. Watch that boy run. Watch him catch some balls. Watch him run. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna keep it right there. You just watch him. I mean, hey, talk is cheap. Bullshit runs the marathon. The game is sold, not told, baby. I don't know. You know about that.
There you go. MG Raider. You heard his nephew, his little cousin, Guillory. Just when you see that name, Guillory, you know that's his family, Arizona State. Yo, a pleasure. Great work. We're going to get up soon, brother. X me out, good brother.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see you in a couple. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact.
My brother. Okay. Mark Guillory, folks, doing this thing, hold it down. We was a man short. He stepped right up. Let me go right now. I got a free play for you guys. My boy Chico Linston gave me a UFC like last year. The shit went down. He want to come back and show some love and give out a winner for you guys. On the John Jones versus Cyril Gain fight tomorrow, he likes under 4.5 rounds. It's at plus 130. I just seen it drop to 125. So what that means, you put 100, you win 125. You put 1,000, you win 1,225. So Chico Linston's giving out the John Jones fight under 4.5. Go on your app, wherever you got to go to casino, put a couple change on that. He wants to even the score on the Al York Sports Show. Okay, now we're going to start our giveaway. Love you guys all. Let the best person win. Let's get it. Give me a minute, guys. There's a lot going on. Give me a minute. Let's go, baby. Great job, Mark Guillory. Appreciate you stepped up, you handled your business. Salute, brother. Going to round 3. Sportsbook Jeff leading with 9 wins. Mike Fidel Tapia got 7. Brian 4 has 6. Gerson's actually taking a couple of weeks off. He's letting a couple people gain ground. So this is your opportunity to gain ground if you want to catch up to Sportsbook, who's leading with 9 in round 3. Here you go, giveaway 1, round 3. Best person wins. A lot of information we gave y'all guys. And X-Man, I didn't talk about my Knicks because I don't want to jinx them. You think I don't know the Knicks are on the winning streak? You think I don't know that? I ain't trying to jinx my team, dog. Here we go. Let's marinate these bad boys. Hold up. Let me do that little shaking, baby, before we start. 1 ball we looking for. 1 ball only, baby. Giveaway, baby. We got JK in the building. I see she stood all day. Appreciate you. Yes, I Lord got in the building. Appreciate you. There we go. Giveaway 1, round 3. The winner is. We got 1 ball, baby. 1 ball. That's all we looking for. Let me move this back. The winner, giveaway 1, round 3. Number 14. Number 14. Miguel Tapia, baby. That moves him up to 8 wins in round 3. 1 behind Sportsbook Jeff, who has 9. Miguel Tapia, baby. Let's go to Giveaway 2. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. Let me bring this back.
The producer.
Miguel Tapia with his 8th win, guys. Came out of nowhere. He's 1 win away for Time Sports Book Jeff at 9. Big tap, big tap. 21 through 40. Giveaway 2, round 3. Remember, don't go nowhere. I got the summary. You gotta break down on what we spoke about. And if you missed anything, watch the replay. Go to YouTube. Multiple ways to watch the replay, even Twitter. Okay, here we go. Let me do the shake and bake first. Call that the shake and bake, and then we call it the marination. Here we go. Here we go. One ball we looking for. One ball. There we go. There we go. We got a winner. We got a winner, baby. I know you see it because I see it. It's a white ball. No funny shit. Number 33. Number 33. You gotta be kidding me, baby. Looks like B4. B4 now moves up to 7. He has 6. Now he goes up to 7. Tapia 1. His 8. B4 wins his 7th. Gerson got 9. This is going down to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, back with the summary. One-man gang, yo. I told y'all that. Now, Saturdays, I got help. I got my cameraman with me. My boy, he's everything. He does it all. All I got to do is perform. He does all the shit that I'm doing now. But it is what it is, man. Let me go through the summary real quick. Mark Guillory, we got about 2 minutes. We covered the Lakers, the Clippers. What is the MVP? Our perspective. Who we think is the MVP. The Mount Rushmore for the Lakers, which is tough because they got so many great players. I hate leaving Elgin Baylor out. I hate leaving West out. But how do you not get in Kareem, Kobe, Magic, and Shaq? How do you not get those people in? You know what I'm saying? And just thank you for everybody. JK in the building all the way to the end. Wow, God bless. I'm liking that your people just continuing to tune in, continuing to share your energy with my energy. And I'm telling y'all, man, I ain't never going to short y'all, man. That's one promise I made when I did this. And like I said to the person who said, Al, how do you know you're good at something? You don't know. You let people tell you. And even when they do tell you, you don't let your head bubble up. If anything, that should make you work harder because you know you're on the right track. And with that, Al York Sports, the raw truth, no drinking and driving, TGI Fridays. Love you, man. Keep your heads up. John Jones under 4.5 rounds. Go cash out, y'all. 100.